goodness. It looks like my orange yellow thyme has sprouted. Aren't you the cutest little sprouts? I said I wasn't going to do it, and look at what's happened. I have 3 shelves of seedlings. I decided I wasn't going to tend to seedlings this winter, and I just couldn't help myself. Let me show you what I've got going on. Look at these orange yellow thyme seedlings. Aren't they adorable, guys? Those are the first ones to sprout. I also have lovage and parsley, so I've been coming down here and rotating them. Let me bring you in for a closer look, and I'll show you all the seeds I said I wasn't going to start. Some are doing better than others. A couple need transplants already. But in the back here I have, I think it's called the Daddy series petunias, and I have some sprouts in the back here. They started out as very, very tiny seeds, and believe it or not, these are looking a lot bigger, although they still look very tiny. Here's a really tiny one coming up. And in the places where I didn't get any germination, I popped in some Dad's Sunset tomatoes, so hopefully in a week or two I'll see those sprout up. But over here I have some Sun Gold Select 2. These I just planted probably last week, so they're looking quite spindly. And guys, I just come along here and I simulate the wind to make the stems grow stronger. And here are some cayenne peppers. They're looking quite nice. And I have quite a few flats of onions. I have red onion and Australian brown onion. And there is a fly making a cameo appearance, although that's normally not a problem in my seedling area. It just happened to fly in the front door when I came in yesterday. So obviously it's found this moist soil. But anyway, I don't want you to think I have a problem with flies on my seedlings. It's unusual. And then in the back, those nice healthy looking ones are Artichoke Green Globe Improved. And I got 3 out of 4 that germinated. So we'll see how that does. And here's a peek at the geraniums. They're getting really fantastically big. For seedlings, they look like actual plants now. And you guys saw me replant those in a video. And by the way, I have these shop lights hanging up, just in all kinds of different ramshackle ways. I have grow lights, and that's the only reason that I'm able to grow these. So that's what's on this shelf. And then the top shelf, the only thing that sprouted, these were all planted last week, are the orange yellow thyme seedlings, and they're doing wonderfully. So I expect in a few days I'll come back and find that the parsley sprouted. I have, I think, 3 rows of parsley. And the lovage, I think, takes a couple of weeks. Everything's labeled with horrible homemade tags here. They're already disintegrating, so I'm going to have to think of a better way to do that. I'll use some kind of recycled plastic. But let's go down here. These tomato plants have already been potted up once. These are like a larger beefsteak tomato, but they're kind of a dark flesh and very juicy. They look great in the, in the pictures they show, so we'll see. And my husband likes beefsteak tomatoes, so I'm trying to make sure to grow some of them. And this is way too early, guys, to be planting tomatoes. I just couldn't help myself. So every week I'm starting a new set of tomatoes, and it's really too early. I really don't recommend starting them this early and tending to them like that. But again, I come along and I kind of just simulate the wind. Anytime I'm down here in this crowded garden corner, I just come along and I stimulate my seedlings. Now I have a bunch of marigold seedlings here from my own seeds, so I'm quite excited about that. But this was my own soil that I made, and now that they're bigger, they sprouted right away. They did really well coming up. But now that they're bigger, they're looking a little bit anemic. So I'm thinking there's not a lot of nutrients in my homemade soil. And that was the video I did with coffee grounds and sawdust. It was like wood pellets, which is basically compressed sawdust. So although it was great for starting the seeds, I'm not sure it's going to sustain them much longer. So I'll be transplanting those up. And then in the back, last week I just planted the Fino Verde basil. And all of those cells have come up. Let me zoom in on that. Aren't they beautiful? I love my little seedlings. And then over here, I've planted Dusty Miller. So I'm really excited to have that. I've been wanting to grow that for a few years. And of course, that's got a silvery foliage. And it's beautiful in the garden. And it's not silvery yet, so I'll be interested to see if it changes over. I certainly hope it is Dusty Miller, because that's what the package said. So we'll see. Maybe it has to get more mature or get out into the sun. But guys, those are my seedlings. It's ridiculous. Every year I say I'm not going to do it. And look what happens. It's those seed catalogs. It's all the YouTube videos I watch. I think I'm the earliest one to start tomatoes, though, and it's ridiculous to have to take care of tomatoes for 3 months. I'm not even sure it's good for the plants, but guys, I'm having fun, and it's, you know, it's scratching my gardening itch. I'm especially enchanted with my orange yellow thyme seedlings. They're just adorable. And obviously you can see they stretch toward the light, so I rotate them twice a day. I mean, this is how devoted I am to these little seedlings. But it's a lot of fun, and I'd love to hear down in the comments what you guys are growing. So I grew artichokes last year, not the Green Globe Improved, but the original Green Globe. And actually, they haven't yet been completely killed back in my garden. So I'm wondering if they'll make it through to spring, and I might have a 2-year-old artichoke plant in the garden. So that'll be interesting to see. I'll keep you posted on that. But aren't those beautiful? But they're in these mushroom containers that I just put aside, so they're not very deep, and I think a big seedling like that is going to need a deeper pot soon. So it'll at least go into something like this, probably deeper. Maybe even something like this, because those are pretty big seedlings. But I'm thrilled over them. Look at my field of geraniums, guys. Quite a thrill. So hopefully this is going to be a very good gardening season. And my goal is to, you know, little by little as the weather warms up, get these out into my polytunnel, which will have a new cover on it come March. And it'll be kind of like going to a nursery to go into my tunnel and just pick out the plants I want to plant on any given day. I really love that feeling. It's like creating my own little nursery. And I have grown onion seedlings before, but I've never seen them through. And pretty soon I'm going to come along and just cut them so they have a straighter growing habit. If you cut your onions at some point, it helps them keep a straighter growing habit, and it also strengthens them up. But with onions, you have to be careful that you're not keeping your grow light on longer than about 12 hours because it's the light that signals them to bulb up. So you want good green growth on it before they bulb up. So I have to be careful now that I'm growing these onion seedlings. But guys, thanks for tuning in. And although they look small now, I'm counting on a big green garden with some beautiful flowers and vegetables and herbs. I'm trying to up my herb game this year. By the way, I have this neato spout that I got off of Amazon. Actually, it came in a 3-pack, so I'll link that down below if you're interested. But it fits onto a soda bottle, not water bottles, but a soda bottle. And it gives a nice gentle spray, kind of like a watering can, so I really enjoy watering my seedlings with it because it's gentle and it doesn't completely smash them when I give them a little drink. So I just thought that was a neat little gadget, and I'll link that below in case you're interested. So let me know what you're growing down below in the comments. I'd love to hear. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.